activating only the center of the throat, tuck your chin, and then relax. Repeat this for 10 reps for 3 sets. If you feel this anywhere other than the very center of the throat, like the side of the neck or the back of the neck, do less range of motion so that you only feel this in the center of the throat. These are your cervical flexors. Lying on the ground with your hands on your abdomen, take a deep breath in as you allow your belly button to expand and fill up with air, and then exhale and squeeze in the belly button toward the spine as you exhale. You'll want these breaths to be very slow, counting to 4 as you inhale and counting to 4 as you exhale. Repeat this 10 times for 3 sets. Today we'll be using your lacrosse ball to roll your erector spinae all the way up along the side of the spine, through the shoulder blade, and up to that very upper shoulder. We'll be doing this up against the wall. Now it's important that you avoid bone here, so we are not rolling on the vertebrae on your spine. We are right next to the spine, trying to find sore spots or tight spots. So you'll move in very small motions side to side and up and down, trying to find a spot that's sore or tight. If you find a spot that's sore or tight, hold it there for 30 seconds. Now, I'm not holding it there for that long because that would make for a very long video, but make sure you hold it there for 30 seconds and hold it still. We want to make sure that we are not doing large gliding motions up and down the wall like this. Instead, we're really wanting to keep those motions nice and small. And go ahead and do this all the way up in between the shoulder blade and the spine, and then to those very upper shoulders. Breathe and hydrate after. With your heels planted underneath your knees, press through your heels to bridge your hips up toward the sky, squeezing your glutes. Pause for a moment at the top and then come back down. It's important not to arch your back, but to make sure that you're tucking under with this movement so that your back is not involved. Repeat 10 times for 3 sets. We're doing a kneeling hip flexor stretch. Keep that back hip closed forward and tuck the pelvis under. And then you can bring your forearm up to shield your face and stretch your hips away from your ribs. Hold this for 30 seconds and breathe. So showing you from the side, we don't want that back hip to open up. We want it to close forward and we want the pelvis to tuck under. This will give you a deeper hip flexor stretch. The arm comes up and the ribs come away from the hip. Deep breaths here. You want to feel this stretch in front of the hip flexors, above the side of the hip, and in the abdominals. Next, we'll be rolling your Quadratus Lumborum. Feel that erector spinae muscle right along the sides of the spine. It should feel like a tube. Then on the outside of that muscle is your Quadratus Lumborum. Start right below your rib cage. Go ahead and put that ball in between the wall and your back and use your body weight to find a sore spot. You can roll slightly up and down and slightly side to side, not using any big motions. When you find a sore spot, hold it there for 30 seconds and breathe. Repeat all the way down until you are above the bone. Avoid bone and avoid nerve. Use your abdominal muscles to draw in the belly button and press the low back up against the wall. Then press the head up against the wall. Bring your palms facing forward and perform a snow angel type of motion. Now you don't want to feel this in the upper shoulders or the neck, but rather you want to feel this in between the shoulder blades. If you need to minimize your range of motion so that you only feel it in between the shoulder blades, feel free to do so. Make sure that you're maintaining that back up against the wall instead of allowing it to arch away from the wall. You can keep your feet as far forward from the wall as you need to, but try to maintain wrists, elbows, back, and head up against the wall. Repeat 10 times for 2 sets.